Live. We are live. Tell us your names.
I'm Betsy Clark.
I'm Greg Clark, her wonderful husband.
Wonderful. Now, how many children have you got?
We have 4 children.
And how old are they?
22, 27, 16, and 12.
And are they boys, girls? What are we dealing with?
Girl, boy, girl, boy.
Oh. And they have had nothing at all.
They've had nothing. My oldest had the vitamin K shot because I had researched vaccines before that, but I did not know about that. It sounded like a vitamin to me.
Right. Now, you also have not had any vaccines.
I've not had any. I'm 50.
You're 50 and you've not. And do you have
0.
any conditions like cancer and stuff like that?
I don't.
Are you on any medication?
No medications.
Do you have anything wrong with you or anything?
That's debatable, but nothing physically. That's.
I mean, like, are you any paralysis anywhere? Any autism? Any eczema, allergies?
No asthma. No chronic conditions at all. I get viruses now and then, but
Right.
handle it.
Just CBD. Chronic beautiful disease.
Oh, I like that. Now, okay, so why did your parents not vaccinate you? Because you've had vaccines as a child.
I'm 58, born 65 before any of it knew that. Then again, the schedule was only 5 or 6 vaccines that were spaced apart. So if it was safer back then, that's, it wasn't
Definitely
safe,
fewer.
but it was a lot fewer. So the repercussions were a lot less. But my parents, they had no idea about it. And when we started having children, they thought we were crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
For not vaccinating, especially my mom. Why are you not doing this? Why aren't you supposed to do this? Like, well, I'm going to follow what her motherhood instinct, her mother's instincts, which turned to be on point, which was really nice.
Well, and my parents, I'm the 7th of 8 children, and it was only the last 3 of us that were completely unvaccinated. They had, that was years ago. I was born in 73, so the ones before 1970 had the childhood vaccines, which were far fewer. But my parents were on a journey learning about health and realized that we didn't need them. God designed our immune systems to be the way they're meant to be. And so why add to that or,
So that's why you're the picture of health.
Oh.
Your eyes are glistening. First thing I said before I knew you were unvaxxed, right? I said, look at your eyes. So now, when you were pregnant, you didn't have to have a big discussion about it. You decided already you weren't going to vaccinate.
Well, I did. I grew up that way, but when I was pregnant, I realized I needed to figure out what we would do because I was concerned about what they would put into my child's body. So I started researching. I talked to my parents some. It wasn't a big issue growing up. We just grew up naturally. They fed us, healthy foods, and so that was just my lifestyle. But and I talked to some of my sisters who had children already, and that was amazing to have that kind of support system. I feel like moms that are discovering or having children and trying to decide what they need to do don't have the support they need many times.
Did your sisters vaccinate?
Most of them did not.
Nice. Okay, and are you seeing with that whole generation of your kids and your whatever cousins are going on around the place, the difference between the vax and the unvax within that family?
Yes, I would say so.
Obvious. Yeah.
No chronic illnesses. And,
Right. We do, because we have friends that do have vaccine in their children. Just the difference, and when I fill out all the medical forms, I mean, it's just by the grace of God that her maternal instinct was spot on, and I was barely smart enough to listen to her. She's a brilliant lady, and she does a lot of research, and we just trusted her. But like I said, it's by the grace of God that when we fill out all the medical forms, we don't have to fill out all the checks. It's been.
How long have you guys been married?
November 7th will be 25 years.
And you still speak like that about your wife.
So
That's lovely. That's really lovely. It's lovely to see.
Well, God gave me the perfect thing, so I'm not going to mess it up.
Yes,
I'm
right.
not ever going to do any better, so I might as well hang on to her for quite a
You
while.
need to hang on to her. She's a smart one. And one day you guys are going to have grandchildren.
Lord willing, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the best part of all. Right, sorry, I got distracted there. All right, so let's talk about because Fauci and people like that, let's just pick him, would like us to believe that your children are not going to make it because they are not protected, so they're going to die of measles or something. I don't know.
Right.
So were you ever afraid?
When I first made the decision, I was, you are brainwashed by the industry, the pharmaceutical industry, that if you do not use these products, you are putting your child at risk. And I was told that. And I first of all, I think my faith is the first thing that comes into play. God designed us, and He designed us the way we're supposed to be designed to function in this world. And so out of the thousands of viruses that exist in the world, we vaccinate for, a couple dozen, and we think we're making a dent and making a difference in our health. I feel like that's an arrogant approach, and that God designed us to encounter the microbes that are in the world. That's what we're made to do, and to overcome them and to grow stronger through that.
What do your children show signs of wanting to be, profession-wise? Do you hear them talking?
A little bit. I mean, our oldest daughter, she just started in the HR role. She graduated from Alma Mater, Appalachian State, and with a degree in psychology with a business concentration. So she's working in HR at an auto dealer. Other son, he's chosen to.
How old is he?
He's
20.
She's 22 and he's 20. He's chosen to kind of forego school right now and work with some friends with some plumbing and water cleanup, trying to get his feet wet, literally.
Well, don't forget Children's Health Defence has a fellowship program.
Okay.
And applications are going in now. Age 17 or 18 or up. And there's no better education than Children's Health Defence.
Yes.
And they get paid.
That's great.
So apply. They can work for Children's. They can work for CHDTV.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, or the legal department or whatever it is. But definitely look at that. And viewers, if you're listening, apply for your children.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't think there's no money that can pay for this kind of education.
Yeah,
On
our
the forefront.
16-year-old, she's still trying to find out what she wants to do. Of course, our 12-year-old Benjamin, he's just being a boy, which is wonderful.
It is wonderful. What's your advice to parents, young parents, if they were sitting in front of you?
Yes, I really want parents to follow their instincts. God gave us instincts for a reason. Your instincts are very powerful, and that they are to protect your children. Our greatest desire is to protect our children, and we're told the way to do that is through vaccination, through the medical system. But follow your instincts and don't allow anyone to bully you out of doing that.
Did you give birth in hospital or at home?
2 in a birth center, 2 at home.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience.
Because I feel like the young mothers these days are being, there's all this taking HCG levels every 2 seconds and panicking and freaking and scans, and you're going to die if you give birth at home, and it's so intense for a young mother.
If it's good enough for the British Royals, it's good enough for us.
And pregnancy and birth is not an illness. It's not an illness. It's a natural process that we're designed to go through. And it's good to have emergency care available if you need it, but it's something you were made to do. So let your body do it and trust your body and the way you were made to do it.
Anything else you want to tell the people?
I would say just look to God and have faith and stand firm and strong on what you know to be true and to your convictions.
That's right.
Be blessed.
Yeah,
Stand firm.
Like what she said, exactly. I was going to say the same thing. Trust your instincts. Stay strong. The establishment is not going to like you. Understand that. Probably make fun of you. Probably get shunned every once in a while just because. But trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, and always acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. And just stand on that. And He gave us the Holy Spirit for guidance. If you believe in Him, if you don't, please know the Holy Spirit before you do anything else. And for me, it was just trust. Trust her maternal instincts, because her maternal instincts are a lot stronger than my paternal instincts at that point.
It's a step of faith.
Is your mom and dad still alive?
They both passed away in 2016. They were not medicated, but
Right.
because we owe them a big lot of gratitude for not vaccinating you.
Yeah, I'm very thankful.
That's probably one of the most precious gifts
Yes.
you can give
Because
your
it
child.
affects a lot of people. I mean, you see the names on the bus, and it's heartbreaking. I have a friend who was in the hospital for COVID. They put him through the protocol. He was coming out of it. They ended up, he was going into a little bit of a relapse, so they figured he needed to oxygenate his blood. So they did. The machine sprung a leak and killed him.
I'm
It was
sorry.
another unnecessary death.
No, I'm sorry.
I mean, everybody who's either going through it, they either gone through it or know somebody who's been affected by it. So to say it only affects a small portion, that's untrue. Because there's so much out there that's not being reported, not being said, not being recognized. And I just feel blessed to the Lord blessed me with her, smart lady, smart, beautiful lady, to where, we're able to, sit here and, again, it's definitely not by any stretch of the imagination. I want to say the word gloating, but that's not the right word. It's just an acknowledgement of recognizing the truth, and I'm very grateful for that.
There's one quick other thing I want to say. Find your community, find your people in your area that will support you and encourage you and walk with you, because to do this and to take this kind of stand alone is not easy. So you need to find people that will support you.
Because I don't know if there's a right word for it, but I'm just very blessed. And my heart breaks for all the people that have been deceived. Yeah, I mean, it's very heartbreaking.
Yeah,
My
it
heart
is.
goes out to each and every one of them.
Thank you both for everything you're doing, and just for the calmness of you sitting here. You see, it's extraordinary to me that you can tell that you don't have the stress of the vaccine injured or the deaths and stuff because you're so calm.
Well, just thank you. I love you so much. Like, we've been following you for years, and we're so grateful for you guys
Thank
and
you.
all that you do, and just incredibly thankful.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was nice sharing the love.